Hi, my name is David Balenson, and I work as a senior computer scientist at independent nonprofit research center, SRI International. I'm here to talk about big idea number 7, cybersecurity implications. This big idea encompasses 3 essential questions. How have historical cybersecurity ideas and events impacted society? How has the expansion of the threat environment been addressed in society? And how do risk management and economic trade-offs impact cybersecurity decisions? In regard to historical ideas and events, cybersecurity as we know it now started in many ways with cryptography. The use of ciphers to hide messages has been around since ancient Egyptian times. I was first introduced to cryptography when I was a young child in elementary school, and my mother gave me a book on codes and secret writing by Herbert Zim. In college, I took courses on programming and cryptography. One thing led to another, and I've now spent my entire career working on cybersecurity. Cryptography is typically used to protect communications, to do things such as hide the contents of a message, protect the contents from tampering, and prove who a message came from. We call this communication security, or ComSec. In the 1970s, cryptography became popularized in the cyber world and was used to protect things such as financial transactions between large banks or ATM machines. At the same time, the development of modern computers led to the need to protect the information they processed. We call this computer security, or CompuSec. At first, these two communities, ComSec and CompuSec, were separate and distinct. But starting in the 1980s, the two came together to become what we call information security, then information assurance, and now cybersecurity. Today, cybersecurity involves areas such as network security, system security, software security, mobile security, cloud security, and intrusion detection, among many others. Now, let's talk about how the expansion of the threat environment has been addressed in society. Cybersecurity does not exist on its own. It's part of cyber, and cyber is becoming a part of our society, including our infrastructure and our lives. We now depend on cyber technology, and it's hard to imagine a world without it. So, cybersecurity is something that needs to be considered whenever we have cyber technology. We now have what we call cyber-physical systems, which merge the cyber and physical worlds. One example I like to talk about is cars. Cars are becoming computers on wheels. Computers can be hacked, so guess what? So can cars. Today, cyber, and along with it, cybersecurity, are part of our critical infrastructure, including transportation systems, energy systems, manufacturing systems, and many others. We now also have the so-called Internet of Things, or IoT. This includes things such as smart toasters and smart thermostats in our homes, and Fitbits and pacemakers and other things on or in our bodies. Another implication of cybersecurity that results from the proliferation of cyber technology is the ability to collect and analyze more and more data about people, or what the community calls big data. Some even say that data and information are the new currency. One of the best examples of this is the ability of organizations to use the cyber data they collect to track our behavior, including things such as our buying habits or other patterns. This in turn leads to potential concerns around the proper handling of data, of personal privacy, and of surveillance. Looking into the future, smart cities will bring together many cyber technologies that will significantly impact our lives. We will see increased use of artificial intelligence. The development of robotics will continue to accelerate, and many other cyber technologies and innovations are on the horizon. Finally, thinking of the main players, we have bad guys or hackers, and good guys or defenders. Hackers include kids who hack for fun or notoriety, hacktivists who are trying to make a point, criminals who are trying to make a profit, and nation-states who attack our cyber systems for geopolitical and other reasons. On the other hand, we have defenders who work to protect our communications and computer systems against attack. The challenge is that the internet was designed to connect people reliably and not built with security in mind. Similarly, cyber-physical systems and IoT devices are typically built for functionality and without security in mind. However, the community is starting to come around and recognize the importance of cybersecurity. There is lots of academic research in the cybersecurity field. Industry is now working to incorporate cybersecurity into their business practices and products. and government organizations such as the Department of Defense, the National Security Agency, the Department of Homeland Security, and the National Institute of Standards and Technology are more focused on cybersecurity. We're also seeing more and more sharing of information and partnering among academia, industry, and government. The third and final essential question addresses risk management and economic trade-offs and their impact on security decisions. As I mentioned, there's been an emphasis on functionality over security, but this has started to turn around, and there is an increasing emphasis on designing security in rather than bolting it on as an afterthought. There is no perfect security. Security is relative. Risk management considers vulnerabilities, threats, and consequences. It's important to understand the business impact of cyber attacks and the trade-offs between security and business needs. This enables us to find the right level of security and use cyber technology to improve the quality of our world and our lives.